You know what we did during the week? Reese and I, we delved back into some Jackass content after one of the shows.
Yeah.
Reese was staying at mine after a couple of the shows, and it was like late at night, we're having some dinner, and then we're originally supposed to put on your Viva La Bam DVD, but then we just couldn't be bothered to work out how the DVD player worked. We chucked on Jackass 2.5, and I haven't watched a Jackass movie in years, to be honest. Like, it's just, I used to love them as a kid, because when you're a kid, you see like Steve-O do something gross, and you're like, this is content. This is just comedy. It's everything I've ever wanted as a 14-year-old boy. It's gross, it's dangerous, and it's a bit cheeky. And you watch it as an adult, and you're just like, these dudes are a bit crook.
Yeah, it doesn't hit the same.
No, when Dave England does a shit in public, you just go, ew. It's like, this guy's the poo guy.
Yeah.
And you realize the whole time that Preston Lacey, the big fat guy, he's just hating it the whole time. I'm like, why is he even cast in the movie? He doesn't like this. He has a panic attack whenever he does a stunt. He looks like he hates it. Like, the other guys like laughing at him, like Johnny Knoxville and Ryan Dunn behind him, like, fat guy doing a stunt. And then Preston's like having full anxiety, but this is like before people knew what anxiety was.
Yeah.
So like, they were just laughing at him. Like, he's clearly having a panic attack. And Reese and I are just sitting there on the couch going, Jesus Christ, this does not hit the same. There's one bit though where we lost our minds. Like, out of all the dumb stuff they do, like they do a lot of high budget kind of stunts with like Tony Hawk, and like you've watched Jackass before, guys. They do some pretty crazy shit. The ones that I get around are like those little cutscene ones. They go for like 10 seconds. There was this rapper named Juicy J, which is the most 2000 shit ever. When they go, yeah, we're here with Juicy J. And it's like, clearly he's just like, it's in his MTV contract that they have to get on this rapper that clearly didn't have much of a career. Because, look, I'll be honest, sound off, comment below, or let me know. If you've ever heard of Juicy J, I'd be shocked. If so, what's his song?
Yeah.
Be like, we're here with Juicy J, we're doing some stunts, and then it just cuts to Preston Lacey with two cymbals. Or was it trash can lids?
Like the trash can lids.
Yeah, two trash can lids. The Juicy J guy is sleeping, just walks up behind him and goes, bangs them together. Dude, Reese and I are dying laughing. Going like, this is comedy. He woke him up. Juicy J is no longer asleep. They got him. That's comedy. You like that one? Yeah. It's just the most immature content.
Yeah.
As an adult, you're just sitting there like watching Bam Margera slingshot a meatball into Phil Margera's head.
And there was one bit where we were watching and you went off to get some chocolate cake.
Oh, yeah. I had birthday chocolate cake still there, like leftover cake. And I was like to Reese, I was like, do you want any? He's like, nah, I don't really like cake, which is like kind of weird. He probably doesn't know how to eat it because he doesn't know how to use a fork. So I was like, yeah, I'll go get some cake. I came back and they're just up to like this shit bit. And it was Jackass 2.5. So it was a compilation of all the poo bits that didn't make the film. And I just come in, I'm eating brown chocolate cake, and on the screen, Dave England's just shitting his guts out. And I'm just like, well, now I'm not into cake as well.
Yeah, maybe I was the smart one there.
Yeah, absolutely. You dodged a bullet, a big brown bullet. It was gross. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, Jackass, I always have a soft spot for the Jackass guys because it was such a big part of my childhood.
Yeah.
But Jesus, when you watch it as an adult, you're like, they're grown-ups.
Yeah, because they're making another one now.
I'm kind of excited for it because I feel like Jackass 3 was better.
Yeah.
Like, you watch the first two and it was just, they all like really reflect the time.
Yeah.
Like, Jackass 1 was like, when you look back on it now, obviously it is fun and I do love those movies. They're so silly and you stupid. You kind of like have to love it in a way. But if you're looking back on it, the only reason why Jackass had the popularity that it did was because there was no YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
You couldn't watch someone fall off a roof and hurt themselves just any time you wanted. Now, if you want to do that, there's fail compilations. People film themselves all the time going down roofs on kayaks, and people do dumb shit inspired by Jackass. Really, think about how many deaths Jackass are responsible for. How many hospital trips of like. I mean, we kind of do it like as a bit in the vlog.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be like, I'm Luke Kidgell, and this is as like a setup to like a dumb thing I'm about to do, because that's how they do it in Jackass. Obviously, I'm taking the piss because usually what I'm doing is not that crazy at all. But there's a bunch of people who don't take the piss that are like, my name's like Jason from Adelaide, and this is the nail in the hand, and this is like a nail going, and he's like, fuck. And it's just like, do you reckon like Johnny Knoxville and shit just can't think about that? Because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing there's like 12-year-olds just like putting rusty hooks through their fingers going like, oh, maybe MTV will notice me.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, get your tetanus shot. What's wrong with you? It's insane.